Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk, and today we are in Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords. Today's video is going to be about your kingdom policies and the ones that I would recommend you pass as early as possible. And of course, if this is the kind of content that you want to see, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss out on more videos just like this. We also have an active and growing Discord, guys. So check that out. The link for that is down in the description. Along with that link to the Discord is a link to my recently released paperback and ebook 7 Broken and Bound. It's a dystopian cyberpunk and an absolute brilliant read. It's also free on Kindle Unlimited. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's get into this video. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, when you are inside a kingdom, every now and again, your kingdom will vote on certain policies. These are kind of rules, guidelines that your kingdom will, go by. They offer a variety of different benefits, and believe it or not, some of them are better than others. Now, in order to pass them, it's all about that influence. If you have influence, you are going to be able to pass them. It's as simple as that. Without that influence, however, you're not going to be able to pass them. Another thing I would say is that if you are in an already established kingdom, these policies, some of these policies are going to be very hard to actually pass, because it's not just you voting on them. It's going to be about, what your kingdom actually wants, and every clan gets a vote. So if certain clan members are against those policies, you're not going to be able to pass those laws, or at least you're not going to be able to without it costing you an absolute arm and leg within influence. So my advice to you is to pass as many of these policies as you possibly can as early into your kingdom as you can. This video is for brand new kingdoms, and I'm going to be showing you the best policies to be picking up right at the beginning. Now, to be honest, none of these policies are necessarily bad. However, there are certain policies that do better things. One of the things you're going to be wanting is high loyalty. If you have a brand new kingdom and you're going to be taking over new towns, the one thing you're going to notice pretty darn fast is your loyalty drops and your towns will rebel. So I'm going to try and tell you the best policies to pick up in order to avoid that happening to you, because that could have been very well how you got your hands on your first town. So you don't want to be making the same mistakes that the previous owners did, right? And the first policy we're going to be talking about is bailiffs. Now, if you get bailiffs, town security is increased by 1 per day. Towns with security greater than 60 yield 1 additional influence to the clan owner, and taxes from the towns are reduced by 5%. Now, taxes being reduced by 5% is what you're going to have to pay to have those other 2 positive perks here. Security is so important. The higher your security, the more likely it is that your people are going to be feeling secure and safe. Therefore, their loyalty is going to rise. Underneath that, we have magistrates. Again, with this, you've got town security is increased by 1 per day. Town taxes are decreased, reduced by 5%. So yes, you're going to be earning less money from your towns. In fact, with both of these, bailiffs and magistrates, you're going to be earning 10% less. However, if you're a good tradesman, if you are a good smith, you're going to have a ton of cash. So this really doesn't bother you so much. However, what you are going to be getting is increased security, and these both complement each other very, very well, these two. You're also going to be getting that additional influence, and the more influence you have, the more spending power you have within your own kingdom. Another one I like to pick up is Imperial Towns. Now, towns held by the ruling clan gain 1 loyalty and 1 prosperity per day. Again, we've already covered loyalty and how important it is, and you really do want that high, because the higher it is, the less likelihood your town rebelling. And there's so many things that actually get that loyalty down. So you definitely want a high loyalty in the policies when you can pick it up. Also, towns held by non-ruling parties do lose 0.3 loyalty per day, but hey, that's their problem to fix, right? What you want is your towns to be nice and secure. Another one that is an absolute beaut to pick up is Sacred Magery. Now, ruling clan earns 3 influence per day. That is a massive extra source of income for you, meaning you're going to have more spending power when it comes to those policies, when it comes to deciding whose castles go where and what clans get what towns. Non-ruler clans lose 0.5 influence per day too, meaning all those other clans within your kingdom have less power because they have less influence. This is one that you're going to be wanting to get in early because the other clans are not going to be happy that this is in place. So get it in your kingdom nice and early. On to the next that I'd pick up is Royal Commissions. The influence cost for creating an army is reduced by 30% for the ruler. Armies led by the ruler earn cohesion at 30% less cost. And armies led by non-ruling nobles cost 10% more influence to create. Again, you're making it harder or more expensive for the other clans in your kingdom, keeping their influence low. And you're making it easier and more cost effective for you to create those armies. So when it comes to waging war and being able to actually recruit all your lords for you to have the most powerful army there, it's costing you less influence. Not only is it costing you less influence, but when it comes to having to boost up that cohesion, which you're going to need to do, again, it's going to cost you less to do that as well. So this is an absolute must for you to pick up, especially if you're going to be conquering the entire continent. Going back to loyalty really quickly, forgiveness of debts is a great one to pick up. Settlement loyalty is increased by a massive 2 per day. Settlement production is reduced by 5%. Now, again, it's only 5%. It's absolutely fine. The settlement loyalty is what's important here. And the more loyalty that we have, the absolute better. And in suit, matching the last one, tribunes of the people, town taxes paid to the ruler are reduced by 5%. Town loyalty is increased by 1 per day. Now, the last 2 policies that I want to talk about are perhaps my favorite policies and my absolute go-tos. They're the ones that I pass as soon as I'm able to. This first one, however, you have to be tier 5 as a clan, because tier 5 plus clans lose 1 influence per day, which is massive. You don't really want to be losing influence. However, the payoff is the party size of the leaders gets increased by 40. Now, 40 is a massive number, so an extra 40 knights or 30 sharpshooters. I don't care what it is, you've just increased my party size by 40, even paying 1 influence per day. I'm absolutely having that. Then you have Royal Guard. Royal Guard is even more powerful than that. And hey, you don't even have to be a tier 5 clan. The ruler's party size gets increased by 60. Boom, absolutely massive. Non-ruling clans lose 0.5 influence per day. It's possibly the best policy here that you can pick up possible. The other clans are not going to be wanting to pass this, so definitely pick it up as early as you can. Royal Guard, absolutely overpowered. And those 2 combined have just got you 100 extra knights or 100 extra party size to what you already had, which can be a serious number that you've just added there. But guys, that is the end of this video, and they are my favorite policies that I would pass when creating a kingdom. Now, they are the first policies that I do try to pick up every time I make a young kingdom. And most of those policies are going to be policies that you want to be passing when you have fewer clans in to oppose them. Because, you know, like I said, it can get very costly to actually pass policies, and of course eventually they will be trying to vote on policies themselves, and of course take away the policies you've already passed. So you're going to have a high influence to make sure you can counteract that and pass the policies you want when and if you are able to. I really hope this video has been of some help to you guys. If it has, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts down below. What's your favorite policy to pick up and why? And if I didn't explain anything enough, go into as much detail as you would like, or perhaps you just have a question that I haven't answered in this video or any other one that I've made, drop it down in the comments. I'll do my very best to answer you, or we do have that active Discord. The link for that is down in the description, don't forget. But yeah, I've been a monk, we've been Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.